On the 6th of January 2015, Prophet Elvis Mbonye gives this prophecy and exactly how we've seen it unfold. This is in 2015. He says he sees a war and an uprising in Eastern Congo, and he's happy about it. And he says, the reason I was happy, actually, God tells him it's going to be the last.
What we're seeing is not happenstance.
No.
What we're seeing is not just excellent diplomacy on the part of Trump. No. What we're seeing is an unraveling, the will of God.
Yes.
On earth.
Yes.
It's God being a part of the geopolitics of the earth.
A deal was signed in Washington where President Donald Trump welcomed the foreign ministers from the two African countries. And it follows on from prior mediation by Qatar. The parties agreed to work on respecting territorial integrity and ending hostilities.
If you could say this diplomacy that has happened that is very accurate diplomacy, then it's prophetic diplomacy.
What's the main lesson for the leaders in all this?
If someone is able to come and say we're going to have floods in this month and this month, and it happens precisely as they said it.
Zambale floods, people told.
What excuse do you have to say, we were not prepared for this?
Hi, and welcome to Beyond the Story, a segment on the circle of life, where we peel back the layers on the headlines that are trending in the media. And we want to know the story behind the story. What is really going on? Now, in today's assessment, we are going to just have an in-depth look on the unraveling story pertaining DRC Congo and Rwanda, the new US brokered peace deal between them that is meant to end the long-standing, the decades-long war that has been going on. And again, we're asking, what is really going on? Is there something deeper that we ought to know about? Now, my name is Doreen Kanyesije, and I'm your host. Today, I am joined by a co-host. You must have seen him in the previous video. If you've not watched that video, then please go back and watch it. And he's here to help us break down what exactly is going on with this US brokered peace deal between Rwanda and Congo. And he's here. Mark Nasasira. That third name that I'm not used to, Rubai Hayo.
Yeah.
Rubai Hayo. How are you doing?
Sounds great. I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yes.
Okay, ready to peel back the layers on this US broker deal?
Yeah.
So on June 27th this year, Rwanda, DRC, Congo signed a US broker deal in which they agreed to about 3 key facets in relation to the war that has been going on for about, 3 decades now? I think. Now, one of those key facets that were agreed upon is them respecting each other's sovereignty as territories. Then 2, they also agreed to, Rwanda agreed to pull back its troops from the DRC of Congo within 90 days. The third one is they agreed to work out an economic integration model, right, that will sort of facilitate their economic development. Now, there's a lot of mixed feelings in regards to this US brokered deal. And for obvious reasons that ever since this war started, there's been a myriad of deals that have been signed. So the question is, will this work? And one of the reasons why they are so skeptical about it is because the M23 rebels, who are the center of this conflict, are not involved in this particular peace deal, even though there's another deal that's, or rather talks that are going on between M23, Rwanda, Congo in Qatar, but they are not a part of this deal. Then 2, some skeptics feel that this deal is more transactional, right? Why? Because there's another attendant deal that's coming up where USA will have a right to get some minerals out of DRC, have US corporations develop those minerals, etc. So some feel that this is just a Trojan horse, that nothing will come out of it. And they are basically going to steal the minerals, right? But the believers, the optimists say that, look, of all the US administrations that have been in place, none has been as serious in relation to ending this war as the Trump administration has. So they feel like because Washington is a part of this deal, because of the economic aspect, then this deal might actually hold. But beyond all the skepticism and all the confusion and the questions whether the deal will actually hold, you and I actually have a deeper understanding to all this. That in between there there's a story behind the story.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
So the peace deal, like every other thing that does not come out of the blue, and there's always that factor that is from the invisible side of life. This deal is conceived and born out of a spiritual angle, the invisible angle. And the reason I'm saying that is there was a prophecy that came out in 2015. And I think we need to watch it, and then we can have a discussion after watching it.
6th January 2015.
In the eastern part of the DRC, I saw another emergence of war. The eastern part, and then it again began affecting our land. On that part, another war emerged. I felt good about it, so I wondered, how can I feel good about this war? And the Lord told me it is the final straw, where that conflict around there shall be dealt with. It shall be totally dealt with. We shall have foreign powers. We shall actually have some from within, foreign powers, and there shall be a cleanup.
On the 6th of January 2015, Prophet Elvis Mbonye gives this prophecy and exactly how we've seen it unfold. So the deal that we are having now...
And in that particular clip, there's something he said. It was very weird for someone to say that he saw the war.
Yes.
But he felt good about it.
Felt good about it.
And then God told him the reason why he's feeling good about it is because that marked the end of the war.
There's going to be a cleanup. There's going to be foreign powers, and there's going to be a proper cleanup.
Yes.
And there's even before the US coming into it, there's been South Africa, Zimbabwe, Mozambique trying to do something in there, in Eastern Congo, but specifically when this blew up last year, more, and then of course there was that force that Tshisekedi, the president, His Excellency, seemed to have stood up, and also that fits within the unfolding of the prophecy, because Prophet Elvis Mbonye had also talked about him, rising up and being strong, and breaking Congo from the ties that
in a different prophecy.
Yes.
I think there's about 4 prophecies about Congo from the prophet.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so when you see what is happening clearly, it's been progressive, step-by-step fulfillment of that grand prophecy that was given in 2015.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So your question of, well, how did this come to pass? Because even of the prophecies that you're talking about, there's also a prophecy on the YouTube channel of Prophet Elvis Mbonye. There's also a prophecy of how he prophesied Tshisekedi coming into power, and then how he would be the president.
And there will be true development in Congo.
True development and change.
Yes.
And he would actually change the direction,
trajectory of Congo.
Of Congo.
Yes.
And then successively he gives another prophecy about the assassination attempt and the coup plot.
2 prophecies about him being assassinated.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first one, and then he actually intercedes and prays for him.
Yeah.
And says there would be he would not be taken out. Of course, we saw that happening, and we saw and actually in that particular prophecy, one of the prophecies when he was praying against the coup and the plot against Tshisekedi, he says, I had to pray for him because God has appointed him to lead Congo into a new direction. Oh, yeah. Yes. So, and then of course we all know that Trump was prophesied by Prophet, and now you have a connection that is happening between 2 different presidents that have been prophesied into office by Prophet Elvis Mbonye, and now we have this deal that is being brokered. And of course, like you said, he says he sees a war.
Yeah.
And this is in 2015.
Yes.
He says he sees a war and an uprising in Eastern Congo, and he's happy about it. And he says, the reason I was happy, actually, God tells him it's going to be the last.
So, Mark, what we're seeing is not happenstance.
No.
What we're seeing is not just excellent diplomacy on the part of Trump. No. What we're seeing is an unraveling of the will of God
Yes.
on earth.
Yes.
It's God being a part of the geopolitics of the earth.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like we've already said, and like Prophet Elvis Monya has already said, God is indeed in charge of the affairs of men.
Yeah.
He has a control of them. And so when you look at how this peace deal is being, it's unfolding, and we hope that it actually holds.
Yes.
It's been a working of the Spirit from a word that was given, establishing a president in Congo, establishing a president in the US, and then preserving the president, preserving both presidents.
Both presidents.
Yes, because there's also, on the YouTube channel of Prophet Elvis Monya, there's also a prophecy about the
Trump.
attempts against Trump.
Yes.
So you have a coup that failed in Congo that he had prophesied before it happened. You have an attempt on the life of Trump, near-death experience, bullet just inches from taking him out, and he's preserved, he's prayed for, he's preserved. And then everything seems to lead to this particular deal, and seems to be, and that is why God is in, we say that God is is in charge of the affairs of men.
Yeah.
So this deal is coming from that point of, there's actually, if you could say there's diplomacy that has happened that is very accurate diplomacy, then it's prophetic diplomacy.
It's prophetic diplomacy.
Yeah, it's not
true.
it's not diplomacy or but very interestingly, if I can, it shows you the power of those that lead well spiritually. When you see the things that, because when you look at, there's a prophecy again on Prophet Elvis Mbonye's channel when he talks about the asteroid. We've talked about it before here, and he's praying for the saving of the world, and countless prophecies that he has given that have put the world in a particular line, and have saved millions of people. So what you see is that there was an expression of the Spirit to have this deal from the Spirit. That's why I say if it is diplomacy, it is diplomacy of the prophetic, not really of the political players. The political players seem to be falling into the word. They're just aligning.
They're living out of a script.
Yes, the script that was given. And, this is 2015, more than 10 years back. And the prophet stood and gave orders or laid out the way on how this thing should be working out, and it is playing out.
True. What's the main lesson for the leaders in all this?
The first one is what we say: God is in charge of the affairs of men, and it helps every leader. It doesn't matter. There's nothing like being political and you're not being spiritual, and you think that politics can govern the world. The spiritual still governs the world.
True. And
as long as, first of all, every leader needs to have an ear open to the word of God. And how more sure can you be about the word of God being accurate, that you've heard and not being mistaken? You have a sure person that has proved that they hear God.
Evidence-based.
Evidence.
Yes.
Proof. Clear proof. So one of the things that I've noticed with Prophet Elvis Mbonye is that it doesn't matter what every other person is saying, what every other person is thinking is the right thing to be done. The right thing to be done.
Yes.
He still will say a word, and it will come to pass precisely. And it helps every politician out there to be on the right side, and the right side is being in line with the word.
And let me just say though, so what you've said in relation to politicians being in alignment with the word, and the word being the spoken word, the one that we know really is evidence-based through the prophet, a prophet that is proved. It sounds very simplistic, but it's very difficult. You know why it's difficult? Because it's simple to do.
Exactly.
We human beings have this whole idea of complicating life. And you know what comes to mind now is that that famous TikToker, what's his name? Kaby Lame, the one who always shows the easiest way to do things. Like, you have a prophet in the land. His prophecies are littered all over YouTube, and him giving them before and the fulfillment happening after. That shows you that God really speaks through this person. How about you align yourself to him, right? And know that beyond the diplomacy, beyond the intelligence, you have a voice that can guide you as a leader.
But even for intelligence sake, he has proved before that he is able to say things that are past intelligence.
Totally. That's a whole other conversation. Too many things
even for a leader.
Yes.
Let's talk about Uganda for a second. If we were looking at our foreign policy, who to ally with, where to look, what to invest in, where to focus our energies, where to focus our resources as a nation, we would need to listen. Because if someone is able to come and say we're going to have floods in this month and this month, and it happens precisely as he has said it.
Sambale floods, foretold.
What excuse do you have to say, we were not prepared for this? Because this person has showed you that everything he says comes to pass precisely as he has said. And he has said it years before, everything he has said. So even when this deal we are talking about, like I said, it has been a successive events and words that have led to this deal that we are talking about. So the behind of the scenes, of course, it would sound like, you have very good diplomacy happening, you have a good deal happening, but the actual thing is that we've had the word before, 10 years before, and progressively the word has been crafted to what we are seeing now, or what we are hearing right now. Over time, with words establishing, because when it was given, His Excellency Tshisekedi was not in office, Trump was not in office in 2015, and he gives prophecy of these particular leaders taking office. They actually take office. He preserves their lives, gives prophecy about the attempts against their lives and against their power, and it comes to pass. And finally, the latest one, he says, this deal is going to happen, and it happens, and we have it before us. And all these things are documented. They are on YouTube.
True. And we're not saying, we're not binding God to this deal, because God is way bigger than the Trump deal. We're just saying that everything that's unraveling now, it's just a fist in the cloud, and there's more than meets the eye. That all these events are being shaped by God, right? Right. So thank you, Mark, for joining us today on today's episode of Beyond the Story.
Glad.
We thank you for your insights. And for you who's been watching us, thanks a lot for being here. And just remember that we have a God who is very concerned about the geopolitics of our world. So if he's concerned with the earth, the whole universe, how about you, right? So you have a God who really, really cares for you. Thanks again for joining us here on Beyond the Story. Let me just add, though, all the prophecies that Mark has referred to, there's about 4 prophecies about DRC from Prophet Elvis Mbonye. We'll be sure to link them down in the description box. And just know, God really cares for you, and he knows the very hairs on your head. He's numbered them, right? You're loved, and thank you so much for joining us.